Hello there. I published a book called Empire of the Void, and the process, it was difficult. Definitely could have been really easy, but I actually cared about my book and wanted to do well. And in that process, I learned a lot about self-publishing, so here are some tips, because we all need them. I self-published my book through Amazon and IngramSpark, and thankfully I had somebody mentoring me along the way as I did it, because if I didn't have them, I would have been totally lost and the book would have fallen flat on its face upon release. So because I had him to help me, I'm going to help you. So here are some of my tips if you're looking to self-publish. Tip number 1, if you're thinking of self-publishing your book, before you get anywhere near any of that marketing or website or like formatting stuff, finish your book first. I know like it's exciting, you're working on your book and you have all these plans for what you want to do with it, but the more you think about what's going to come next, the less you're going to focus on what you're working on in the moment. You're going to get very distracted and the writing process is just going to take longer than it has to. And you really want to focus all your energy on the actual writing of the book to make sure you have the best book possible. Tip number 2, this is going to be a recurring thing. Don't do your own editing. Like obviously, like go through your draft, fix up whatever mistakes you can find. But while you're editing, you know exactly what you mean to be saying. So some of the smaller details or words that are just a little off, but you know what you wrote, they may slip through the cracks. So put the time in, invest in it if you have to pay somebody to do it. Get another pair of eyes on your manuscript. Have them look at it and have them read it, and you'll get a much better product. I know this because, unfortunately, I didn't do that. I went through it like a dozen times. I had every kind of spell checker on there, from Word Doc to Apple's Pages app to Amazon Kindle's whatever program and Grammarly. And even when I put it into Amazon, it said there were only 12 spelling mistakes in the whole thing. And I was like, those are fine because those 12 that it said were spelling mistakes were my made-up sci-fi words. Then when I ordered the proof copy, I saw there were tons of errors, spelling and grammatical. So please have somebody else look over your manuscript before you publish it. Tip number 3, in the same vein, unless you're a top-tier graphic designer, please put the time in to have somebody else design your cover art. So this cover art, the overall style, the layout of it, I did do myself. I made a very, very hasty sketch with the character placement, where I wanted the title to be, all this stuff, and then I sent it to somebody who I knew was a great graphic designer and said, please turn this into something pretty. And I paid them for it, and that was the best option I could have gone with because, again, it looks incredible. I'm not even tooting my own horn. Somebody else did this, so I can be proud of it. You know what I'm saying. This really falls back onto people just being overly excited about their work and just wanting to get it out as soon as possible, going with the cover design programs that come with Amazon or IngramSpark that don't make your work stand out. You don't want some generic stock photo of a river flowing or a generic spaceship, but you get the point. You want something original and something that makes your work stand out. I looked on Amazon for similar sci-fi books, like within the same genre, and 90% of them are just spaceship next to planet. All look exactly the same. I'm not trying to knock these authors for their books. I'm sure they're writing wonderful stuff, but their cover arts just don't stand out among the rest. And again, because I didn't do the actual, artwork for it, this stands out. Gotta hype the artist up on this one. Matt Gunther, what a guy. Tip number 4. All right, so you've got your manuscript together, you've got it edited, and you've got your cover art, and it's all ready to go, but where do you want to publish it? There are quite a few options, and the two that I've gone through are Amazon and IngramSpark. Barnes & Noble and some other sellers have their own publishing system, but the key is if you publish through IngramSpark, bonus tip, buy an ISBN, don't take any of the free ones. When you have your own ISBN and you publish through IngramSpark, your book is automatically put into databases of all these book-selling websites, except for Amazon. So, like a day, 2 days after you upload and publish through IngramSpark, you will see it on BarnesandNoble.com. You'll see it on, I'm pretty sure I saw mine on Target.com. eBay, for some reason, eBay just has it. Also with IngramSpark, if you enable it for wide distribution, then these bookstores can buy copies to have on their shelves. That's how I got onto Northstar bookshelves within a month of publishing for a first-time published writer. Now, Amazon does have some perks, and you totally should upload an ebook version to Amazon and only to Amazon at first. Amazon has a program called KDP Select for ebooks, which means for 90 days your ebook will be free through Kindle Unlimited. Now, you get paid, pennies for every page read, but that gets your book to a much wider audience. People that would otherwise probably not read it if they had to actually pay for it. And if a lot of people are reading your free ebook, then you are making a lot of money through KDP. And especially the more you upload to KDP, that just helps the algorithm out. So what I did is I uploaded my book day one, paperback and Kindle version, to Amazon, enrolled it in the KDP program, let that sell, and then afterwards put it onto Ingram Spark with the paperback version, and had those numbers from Amazon when I reached out to bookstores like, hey, look how well it's doing. You might want to put it on your shelves. And it worked. So, I don't know, take my advice, don't take my advice. Might work out for you. Advice piece number 5, I think. I don't know. I'm not really scripting this. Amazon has a program for formatting your ebook. Do not edit in it. Don't even use it until your manuscript is absolutely perfect, because it is impossible to work backwards from that. That's my advice. Don't use it until you're totally sure of your manuscript. And my final piece of advice for this video is learn how to market your book. There are tons and tons and hundreds of thousands of self-published writers out there right now, so the competition is lethal. So figure out your way to stand out, figure out your niche, get involved with them. A few years ago, I started a TikTok account where I talk about movies and my movie collection, and now I have 10,000 followers, which means 10,000 people that are hearing about my book every single day because I don't shut up about it. But even with that, I've only sold just under 200 copies within the first 2 months, which is not bad. I'm very proud of myself. I think that's pretty decent. But not everybody's going to buy your book. And that's okay. But if you don't have a ton of followers on Instagram or TikTok, other people do. So send out press copies. Sure, you want everybody to buy their own copy of your book, but if you're self-published and you don't have a lot of followers, you got to get the word out somehow. So bite the bullet, buy a few extra copies to send out, reach out to, what are they called? Influencers. Reach out to influencers. Say, hey, I got a copy of this book that's up your alley and your followers' alley. And if they're interested, they'll take it, they'll share it. Even just a photo. One photo on the right account could do wonders for you. And through all of this, through the moment you write the first word in your manuscript to long after you've published it, probably the most important thing is learn to take criticism. My book was not perfect. I'll be the first to admit that. There were plenty of grammatical errors and spelling errors when I first published. This is the copy I gave to my dad, and he gave it back a week later. Hold on. This is not the copy I gave to my dad. This is the copy I gave to my dad. Lots of notes of where every error was. Now I totally could have just sat back and be like, you know what, I already published it, people are buying it, whatever. I'll just do better with the next book. But no, I went back. I spent about 2 days straight revising the book and republished it to make sure no more bad copies went out, because I want to hold my book to a high standard. So yeah, take criticism, have some humility, and look for critiques. Look where you can better yourself. I hope this video has helped you on your writing journey. If you'd like to see more tips, I've got plenty. I've learned a lot on this journey, and there are a lot of websites and people that are selling their insider knowledge of how to self-publish, but somebody shared all this with me for free, so it's only fair that I share it with you for free. And you can share it with your friends or anybody that you know is self-publishing. And if you haven't checked out my book, it's called Empire of the Void. It's on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, most websites. You can probably buy it from Target. I don't know yet. Maybe. Working on getting it in stores, that's harder. The process of getting it in stores will be another video, because there's a lot that goes into there. But yeah, check it out. Leave a review maybe. Tell me what I could do better next time, because I'm always looking for critiques. And yeah, good luck with your writing journey. I hope you have lots of success and you write great stories.